Uh, this was something that was on my mind for a while. I wanted to make a video about this before. I'm not sure if I probably didn't, but it's about news. Why I don't watch the news. And rather than going on a whole diatribe, whatever it's called, I'm gonna hit you with one example of why I don't watch the news. And this is a pretty big fucking example. The other day, um, my family was watching the news. They were upstairs, and they had Tucker Carlson. It was either him or some other fucking people on Fox. And before I get into this, I'm not saying it's just Fox. It's CNN. It's every fucking news network that I've seen so far. I go upstairs and they're talking about somebody, and rather than discussing like political issues or whatever the shit, they're standing around making fun of the person's like facial features and the way that they look, rather than discussing, their political views, how they differ, all this shit. They're just standing around, just mocking the shit out of this other fucking reporter or this person from another network. And it got me thinking. I'm watching it, and the whole time that I'm watching them, just it's literally like watching a group of old women gossip about like the baker's new girlfriend. She's too young for him. Oh my god, I can't believe they're gonna get married. Oh, he's so ugly. Blah blah blah. Blah. It's like a gaggle of fucking just gossiping fishwives in a market. They're just they're just going on and on and on. And the whole time I'm watching this, I'm observing my family. I'm standing off to the side. I'm in the kitchen, and I'm observing my family. My family's watching it because they all watch the news regularly, and they're all just. And it got me thinking. The news ain't the news anymore. The news is like a fucking, and it's probably been this way for a while, but the news is a fucking circus. They're not reporting the news. They're just sitting around bitching and whining and making fun of people. And they don't even, anytime they tackle a serious issue, if they start to lose ground, all they do is start to make fun of the person, or they reflect, or they create some type of example that completely takes attention off of them. And it's just such a common occurrence now that it's one of the reasons why because there was for a short while, I was like, you know what, maybe I should like, you know, catch myself up to date with shit that's going on. Maybe I should start watching the news. And every time I tried, it was just the same fucking thing. The whole thing is a joke. The news nowadays is a fucking joke. It is a circus. And all the people on there, the reporters, the anchors, whatever the fuck, they should be fucking embarrassed to call themselves the news. It is a fucking joke. And I refuse to watch fucking Fox, CNN, any of them. They're fucking awful. All they do is make people angry. That's all they like during the Trump thing, when Trump was being elected and all that jazz, and even after the fact. All they did was get half of the country pissed off at the other half who didn't vote for what they want. And going back, I started to realize like fuck, that's what happened with every election or every single thing. It's no, I don't think it's any secret, at least now. To some people this is like totally fucking shocking that the news exists to get you pissed off at people who disagree with you. And I've seen that in my life. I've seen people fight over that. CNN said I have to believe this. Well, Fox said I had to believe this. I only use CNN and Fox because they're, in my opinion, the two biggest culprits. Uh, but it's just so fucking stupid, and I just find it idiotic that so many people with fucking brains in their heads actually just resort to listening to every single thing these media networks tell them, and they just take it like as gospel. Don't question it. Don't nothing. And then when your reporter sits there and literally makes fun of somebody for the size of their shoes or how big their nose is or because they were, you know, a certain hairstyle, that's not reported anymore. You're just attacking the person's look in order to make your, audience fucking pick their nose and and giggle. You don't have an intellectual audience at that point. You don't have intellectual people running your show. It's a gossip channel at that point. You're no better than fucking, Cartoon Network at that point. The only difference is with news, whatever you say, people are going to take super seriously, and that's going to affect their home lives and their relationships. And it just fucking baffles me that it's still going on, and people don't see, like, if there's one thing that any of these reporters should be praised for, or these anchors, I think it's their charisma, because they're really good at convincing stupid people what to believe in, or the general public. They're very, you know what it is? I think it's just like a major form of manipulation. They're just really good at convincing people, hey, I'm on your side. They basically just mastered, like, basically manipulative trickery, social trickery. It's you convince someone you're on their side, then you do everything in your power to get them pissed off with facts that you either fudge, fabricate, or facts that are true. But then you take that narrative and you spin it so that they need to be the ones to get pissed off. Not you, you're just the messenger. And if you end up being wrong, well, you were doing it for their own good, so you shouldn't be mad at them. But the problem is that their charisma and how animated they are, they act like you and me. They're like, oh, well, that person, well, I don't like the way he's dressed. At that point, it's not fucking the news anymore. Like, seriously, I watched 5 fucking people for like 20 minutes talk about how ugly someone looked. And it's like, Jesus Christ, this is what the news is. This is what it is now. And to think that people actually sit around and fucking listen to it baffles me. Because what kind of country, what kind of people are occupying this country that they actually sit and listen to this fucking this trash? It's just fucking trash. And like I said before, the anchors, the people who run these shows, they should be fucking ashamed to call themselves the news. And watch, I guarantee you, if fucking somebody saw this, they'd be like, "Oh, well, look at him talking. His hair is all like curly in the front." Yeah, I just woke up. Fuck you. It's just they look for any little excuse to try to get back at you. It's kind of like fighting in a schoolyard. They argue like children, essentially. But yeah, that's how's it going?
What are you doing?
Recording a video.
Okay.
Well, come in.
Yes, I have to because this is a shared space.
Yeah. I was just talking about how the news has basically devolved from people being about, oh, hey, let's discuss this issue, to a group of assholes standing around talking about, oh, hey, this politician's got dumb shoes or their nose is too big. And how, like, the other day when they were watching the news up there, Tucker Carlson came on, and he's just like, I think his name is Tucker Carlson, and he's just like, this person's an idiot. This person, look at the way he's dressed. And then everyone watching it was like, yeah, Tucker.
Insert monkey noises.
Yeah, insert monkey noises. Because nobody could think for themselves anymore. Everyone just wants to turn to the news and like, oh, please have the answers I'm looking for. And they're always going to have the answers you're looking for because you go onto their channel because you're their political affiliation. So duh, you're going to agree with them. Duh, they're going to keep telling you what they want you to hear. You know, if they want you to buy more bacon,
you're going to do it.
You're going to do it. They're going to tell, oh my god, there's a bacon shortage this month. Better run out and get it.
Where the hell am I playing?
Everyone fucking does it. Stop listening to the news. Or at least, you know,
Stop listening to stupid news.
yeah, stupid news.
I can't find my pants.
Yeah, we'll find them together. Anyways, thank you a lot. Bye.